Hello, I have great news. If there are changes that you want to make in your life, you can do it no matter how old you are. Your brain's neuroplasticity is viable throughout your life. This means that you are not too old to make changes in your life, whether they are small changes or even dramatic changes. You can learn new things, unlearn things that aren't working for you anymore. You can keep moving toward the person that you ultimately want to be, or even just move into the next phase of your life. There is nothing stopping you, or rather I should say your age isn't stopping you from changing. The best part of this is that you can start this with your next breath. You don't need to wait for anything. You don't need to wait for more money. You don't need to wait till you're thinner or heavier. You don't need to wait for a new relationship. It doesn't matter. You can start now. You might be feeling some signs of this. You might be feeling unsettled. You might be feeling unfulfilled, or like something is missing in your life. Or you might even be feeling inspired. You might have a great idea, or like you have something to offer. These are all great signs, actually. Some of them may have negative connotations, but just like that thorn in your foot is painful, it's telling you, hey, there's a thorn in my foot. Or when your nose senses something delectable to eat. This is just feedback for you. You yourself telling you that it's time for a change. So this video is a message of awareness and empowerment. You can make changes in your life. It doesn't matter how old you are. And this is backed by science, by the way. If I can find some articles, I'll link them below. But our brains are plastic, able to change throughout our lives. So like I said, this could be quite dramatic. I mean, there may be big changes that you want to make in your life, but they can be small changes. That's my case. I love my life. I really do. I could just tell at 62 that I'm carrying some baggage. I'm carrying around some things that are holding me back. And I can really feel it now that I'm retired. And you know, I don't want those things anymore. They're exhausting. You may be feeling the same way. Feeling exhausted in a circumstance might be one of the ways that you're telling yourself, hey, we need to change this up here. In my case, one of them was finding myself in the same situation over and over and over again. This is a sign, okay? I can't blame other people for that. If I'm finding myself in the same situation over and over again, a situation I don't want to be in, then it's probably me. So since you clicked on this video, I'm assuming that there must be something in your life too that you would like to change, or maybe you just have some inspiration. You're just feeling like there's something more to life than what you have right now. And the purpose of this video is to tell you, you can do it. Whatever it is, you can do it. There's no reason why you can't. If you're thinking that you can't, it's some kind of old programming or some kind of old habits. And I'll tell you, after 50, I'm 62, we have these things. They're in there, and we're not going to move forward until we address that and work on it and change it. And what can happen, in my case, for sure, in many things in my case, is that these are the same things. Maybe we've been working on them for years, and we've never been successful in changing them before. That's okay. You never know when the next time you try is going to be the time that you succeed, or the time that you get a little better. And that's probably even more important, because when you get a little better, it sets you up for more success later, the next step. It's hard to go from 0 to 100 just like that. I mean, that's kind of an unrealistic expectation. So even if you've tried this before, don't be discouraged. You can still do it. You can do it quickly or you can do it slowly. It doesn't matter. Either way gets you there. I mentioned that I am kind of going through this right now, and I'm not sure what started it. Some of it was decluttering. I decluttered some things from my past that I had no idea the mental benefit I was going to get from that, and the ability to do some changing from it. I don't want to go too deep of that in this particular video, but I'll link some videos below if you're interested in that. So as I mentioned, if you don't think you can do it, that's not true. It's just some kind of past programming. And what it boils down to is this. If you want to make a change, you're going to have to do something different. So I heard a quote probably 20 years ago now, and it stuck in my head. And what he said was, if you always do what you always did, you're always going to get what you always got. And that was so, well, it was funny, but it was really profound to me. And I've pulled it up from time to time, but it didn't stick fully at the time because I was immersed in something else. And like I was mentioning, sometimes we've tried to make a change before, and it just doesn't work out. And don't be discouraged by that, because something clicks at a certain time, and then you can make the change. You've probably experienced this before in your life. And I'm experiencing that now, in that as I started to feel these changes, I'm picking up books and doing some reading and trying to learn more about it, because that's just what I like to do. And I picked up a book by Dr. Joe Dispenza. You may have heard of him. He's very famous. But he was saying something about what happens is we get stuck in habitual thoughts, and we're running the past, usually. The past, these habitual thoughts in our minds, and we can't make a change for our future while we're running these tapes of the past in our minds. God ought to date me, these tapes. This programming, these thoughts, these narratives in our minds of the past, of things that are bothering us, of things that aren't fair, or these negative thoughts that are rolling around in there, or that we can't keep thinking those same thoughts day after day and expect something new to happen. And it harkened me back to that quote. So the message I want to give in this video is that if you want to make a change, you have to do something different. Originally, when making the script for this video, I started listing out things you can do to change. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And then I thought, I'm not going to do that. I want to do a different approach. I want to make a few videos on this subject that, rather than have a whole bunch of steps, they just have 1 or 2 steps. Something simple that you can do today that will start you on your journey, that will be that first step, then that second step, then that third step that finally gets you to your goal. So the only suggestion that I have for you is to do something different that corresponds with the change that you want to make. So that is the message of this video. You can do it, but you're going to have to do something different. Who am I, you may wonder? I'm just a regular woman. I am not a psychiatrist or a counselor or anything. I am a 62-year-old woman who is going through this, but I'll tell you what, don't underestimate a regular woman, particularly an older one, because we know stuff and we've been through stuff and we have experience, and that's what I'm trying to share with you. I'm Ave. This is Life in Flowers. It is a lifestyle channel for primarily women over 50, but just people over 50, because this video could relate to men just as easily as it could to women. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day.